Greg Goddess, and I'm here to film the Top 5 Wednesday. And Top 5 Wednesday was created by Ginger Reads Laney, and I'll leave a link to her channel below. Also, she started a Goodreads group. I will leave a link to that below too. You should check that out because that kind of gives you the topics for the month. She does it beforehand, so you'll have the topics. I think April's topics are already up. So yeah, go ahead and check out that if you're interested. The topic for this month, not this month, the topic for this week was the top 5 books you would recommend to new readers. Okay, instead of being cliche and say stuff like Shatter Me, Harrogent, you know, all those ones, Catching Hunger Games, all that. When somebody comes up to me and asks me what I would recommend to read, I kind of go into this thing where I ask them, what do they like? And my recommendations change depending on what I've read recently. So I decided to do it like I would be talking to somebody that I just met, or somebody at a store, or one of my friends, one of my family, something like that, and them ask me, hey, what do you recommend to read? So I would say, well, what do you like to watch on TV? Or what type of movies do you like? So going from that, I can kind of like say, okay, well, you're a person who really likes science fiction. This is a popular one anyways. But because it covers a lot of different elements, and not the fact that it's a retelling, but the fact that it covers so many different elements, and I don't think it's a heavy read for anyone, but it's a read that it's a fast pace and it'll make you want to read the next book, and that is Cinder by Marissa Meyer. I think this is a great series. I think it's fun, I think it's fast paced, and I think it's one of those books that will draw a person who hasn't read before into reading. Well, not necessarily hasn't read before, but that doesn't enjoy reading. I think this is something that will catch their attention and make them want to read and continue on. So yeah, I definitely recommend Cinder to people because it's just awesome. And it's very science fiction, fantasy-ish, you know, so this would be definitely one of them. Then, you know, you got those people out there that like more of the contemporary feel. And I am not a huge contemporary fan, as you guys know. But I decided that, I gotta look at, I'm gonna show you the picture that I picked, because I don't know where the book is, I can't seem to find it, but it is Meant to Be by Lauren Morrell. I thought this is a light, fun, fluffy read, and it's a good enough contemporary where it'll get people into wanting to read more contemporary. I don't like to recommend anything depressing or sad to people, just because you never know where they're going to be and what kind of, you know, where they're going to fall. Like Fault in Our Stars is a good contemporary to recommend, but I wouldn't necessarily recommend it to anyone because it's not light enough. It's not fluffy enough. Now, once the person's been a reader for a while, I would recommend something like Fault in Our Stars. I would recommend something like My Life Next Door because it's a little heavier. The books are fun in some spots, but the topics tend to get a little heavier and a little more weighted. And I think a lot of people want to, you know, just have that fast-paced, moving, fun, lighthearted read because they want to escape. So that's what I would recommend to my contemporary friends. At least that's one of the books that I would recommend. Then the fantasies, people who like fantasy shows. That is a no-brainer for me. Anybody who came up to me and said, I really like that fantasy type of element in my movies and TV shows, what would you recommend? And that would be Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas. This was a fantastic, fast-paced, fun read, very character-driven. So you get that, especially because a lot of people watch TV because you're not watching the TV shows necessarily for the scenery and stuff like that. You want character-driven type TV shows. So this is very character driven. You get a ton of character dialogue and things going on in this book, and I absolutely love it. And this is something I would totally recommend to anyone that wanted fantasy. For my adult friends who like more of the adult books, I mean not adult books, but watch adult shows that aren't into the CW, aren't into all that, and I totally recommend this to all my friends who want more of the adultish type books, and that's The Hollows by Kim Harrison. And this is just my insider guide that I have that I absolutely love because I'm addicted to the series, and I recommend this to all of them. I mean, I always have, probably always will. You know, if somebody asks me, oh, what kind of book do you know, what do you recommend for your adult friends, blah, blah, blah. this, not necessarily my adult friends, but the ones that want to read adult literature, this is what I pick. Other than, of course, your classics and stuff, I will always recommend, you know, Jane Austen and stuff like that. Then, for the retelling aspect, people who are like, oh, I love the Disney movies and that type of TV shows, retellings, and things like that, I would totally recommend Splintered by A.G. Howard. I just read it recently. I absolutely loved it. I thought it was a great adaptation. Once I got into the book, it just took off, and it's making me want to read the next one so bad. And I think this is the type of book that that type of person would like, and I think they would definitely want to keep reading and read more like that. So yeah, I would totally recommend this. Also, who could turn down this cover? I mean, really, the cover is flippin' amazing. It's just a gorgeous cover. Okay, and also because dystopian is really hot right now, the movies are, all the dystopian movies out there that are hot. I mean, of course you can recommend, read those books, but a lot of people say, oh, I saw the movie, so I don't want to read the book. I don't know why they do that, but they do. So I tend to recommend this series, All the Things I've Done. This is the second book in the series. I don't have my first book. I don't know where I put it. I don't know if I loaned it out to somebody or not. But this is by Gabrielle Zevin, and it's dystopian. It's got criminal elements in it. It's got, oh gosh, a romance. It's got a whole lot of things, and it just makes you very you really love the characters. You really root for the characters in this book, and you really want what's best for the female lead in the book. And I think once you get invested, and I think a new reader, once they're invested into something, they'll want to keep reading, and I think it'll turn them on to other books. Not necessarily dystopian per se, but this type of character-driven type genre. I mean, character-driven type plots. So yeah, I definitely would recommend this series to new readers. Okay, that's pretty much it, guys. Have a good day, and I will see you next time. Bye.